Hi everybody, it's Talia. I am doing another art journal video for you today. This one is really colourful and just a bit fun. It's not too serious. I'm just sticking some paint down, and this is going to be a background, and I know that, well, at this stage I think I want to write over the top of it with black pen, which I don't end up doing, but with that in mind, I kind of want it to be a light background and not too bright. So I've put like way too much paint on there, of course. So as I move the paint around and I like what I've got left, I'm trying to just brush it off on that piece of cardboard beside me that I'll use for a different project. But basically I want this background to look kind of just fun and whimsical. I want it to have some detail, but nothing amazing in it, if that makes sense. It's just meant to be a background that's going to have a black sort of, what's it called? You know, when you have like a question and it's like, yes, go to this thing, no, go to this other thing. It's a series of questions like that is the page. So the topic that the questions come from a class that we've just been doing. We've been learning about the brachas for food, brachot for food to say, and because we were already familiar with the different brachot for food, we had some questions about like the technicalities, I guess, of what to eat and when to eat and when to say the blessing and when not to say the blessing and this kind of stuff. So as we sort of asked the rabbi these questions, it was clear that the answers were either yes, say the bracha for this thing that you've identified, or no, just say the bracha for the main part of the meal. So I ended up with a bunch of these questions, and just for fun, you know, like obviously this is not some sort of teaching tool or this is video. It's definitely not some sort of teaching lesson. I just thought it would be fun to make a little art journal page from the lesson that we were taught, and yeah, just for fun. So on this page I've got like my background pretty much sorted, and then I just felt like it needed a bit of extra something, so I just got some ink and dipped a really, really thin brush in and just did all these squiggles around the outside. And now I spend a bit of time trying to work out what kind of pen I'm going to use. I'm going to use a Chinagraph pen, a black Sharpie with like white paint pen accents or something like this. And then I am looking at it, I just don't think it's going to stand out. So I look through my paper and I see this grey cardboard, and the grey I feel like complements against the pink and the yellow and the orange like quite nicely. So I decided to just sort of cut that out, and you know, it's not a important piece of paper at all, so I feel like I can definitely just cut it out, try it, put it down. If I don't like it, I don't have to stick it down. So these are my two answers here. Just say the bracha for the main thing, and the other one says say a bracha on it. And I want to put those like at the bottom of my page and then put my questions above. And perhaps if I were like redoing this page, who knows, maybe next week we'll do another lesson on brachot, and there'll be more things to learn, and so this page will be totally, you know, incomplete. And I could do it again maybe, but I probably won't, let's be honest. But what was the whole point of saying that? Wow. Too much red wine, guys. Don't make voiceovers late at night after wine. No, I think I was just saying that it's just for fun, and I just want to like put my questions down and make something out of it, just as a almost like a little memento to remember this lesson, and remembering that we've been learning this stuff, because it's pretty exciting. I think if I were doing this again, that's what I was saying, then perhaps I would do the answers and the questions in different coloured pieces of paper, but I didn't do that, so that's okay. So I've got all of my my sort of scenarios written down. If you're interested, they say in the top left hand corner, would I keep eating this once the main part is gone? In the top right hand corner it says, is it necessary for the meal? And in the middle-ish section it says, can I identify this from the others? So if you would like an example, these are like quite subjective yes or no things, which is kind of why it's nice to have a flowchart thing for them, because when we were doing the examples, Luke and I would answer these questions differently, and then the answer was like, well, you would do this and you wouldn't do that. So it's, up to the individual. But like, say, isn't necessary for the meal. Say if you were eating sushi and you had soy sauce, well, it's not really necessary for the meal to have the soy sauce, so maybe you wouldn't say a bracha on it. But perhaps you are the type of person who's like, hell no, I would not eat sushi without soy sauce. Then it is necessary for the meal for you, and you should say a bracha on it. That middle one, can I identify it from the others? A perfect example is like a cake or a biscuit. Yes, there's egg in there. Yes, there's wheat in there. Yes, there's sugar in there. Yes, there's milk in there, whatever, butter, etc., etc. And so are you going to say the shechechol for the butter and the eggs? No, because you can't identify those from the cake itself, so you just say you can't identify it. No, so you go to just say a bracha for the main thing, which would be the mezonot, if you're interested. And up the top, would I keep eating this once the main part is gone? The example the rabbi gave us was like an ice cream in a cone, and like if the main thing you're eating is the ice cream, right? That's why you bought it or made it or whatever. Would you keep eating the cone once the ice cream was all gone? And I sort of said my kids would definitely keep eating it. So the answer was like, well, they should say the bracha for the cone as well as for the ice cream, which would actually be difficult because where are you going to take your bite of the cone? You don't want to bite the bottom. Anyway, but if it were me, I would really wish that I'd got it in a little bowl or something. So I'm probably not going to keep eating the cone. So the answer is no for me, and I just say the bracha for the ice cream part. So yeah, it's really interesting, all the little rules and things that come. But basically, so I've stuck those down. Let's get back to the art. And I've got ink in a bottle, and I'm just using that fine brush again to do my lines to connect it all up. I didn't think about like fitting the lines in when I did it, which is why I've got this kind of weird line down the bottom, but I kind of like it. It makes it, I don't know, I didn't really want them to overlap, so I think it looks fine. I just probably would have moved that answer up a little bit. And I've also got that border around the answers, just so that they do look a little bit different from the questions. But again, this is not a teaching tool. This is not, anything that I'm possibly ever going to look at again, except for when I look through my art journal. So it's really not that important that it's clear. It was just for my personal interest and enjoyment to make it. I'm just doing some splatters now. I just felt like it needed something else, and who doesn't love a good splatter? So I think that's it. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and like, subscribe, whatever. Let me know in the comments. See ya.